things get hard in life, you just keep swinging as hard as you can. You fight. That's our culture.
I promised you we had a plan. Remember that we talked about a plan? The plan was infallible. Part of that infallible plan is getting a team prepared, ready to go, so we start practice. Our coaches know what we got. And there's not one person in America I trusted more than Coach Mick and that staff. Think about this. 130 teams either today, they report, or they've already reported. 130. 16 weeks from now, there's going to be one champion. One champion in our conference, one champion on the side of our conference. And in the country, one team's going to do this. Not 36, not 48, not 44, one. That tells you how hard it is to be a champion. To do right all the time. To know your assignments. To have 11 guys play hard on every staff. That's hard. That's why there's one. I want a hungry team. I want a hungry team. I want a team that can't wait to get out there. Where there's a bunch of players that maybe, whenever you're a new coaching staff, you haven't played much, maybe you're trying to make a name for yourself, you're a hungry football player. I want a hungry team. And last one, most importantly, I've got to coach a few of them. I want an angry team. I want a pissed off football team. I want a team that has a little chip on their shoulder. Maybe something's been taken from you. Maybe something hasn't. Maybe something's been taken from you. Are you a team that's going to go get it? You're the Ohio State Buckeyes. You're an angry football team. You got an angry staff. You got a bunch of guys that are getting ready to start a journey. We're starting that journey tomorrow at 5 a.m. You're a hungry football team, and I'm proud to be your coach. There's a plan in place, right?
World famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
We might be in a situation where we have a superstar coach on our hands, kind of like how we did with Brian Hartline.
So right from the jump, make sure they understand they're playing somebody different tonight. They're playing the Buckeye. They're playing the Ohio State Buckeye.
Being the Buckeye, there's nothing better, bro. Welcome to the world famous Buckeye Show, hosted by your boy Cleveland Mike, man. Maybe Terry will be joining us later, but right now my guy is busy taking care of some business right now. Man, the Buckeyes, they are back. We got to see them this Saturday. We're going to talk about that in this show. We are also going to talk about what's going around college football like we always do. But while you are here, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed. And if you're watching on Twitter, hit that retweet button and that like button. We appreciate it. It costs you nothing, man. And shout out to the chat. We appreciate everybody. I got a question in the chat going on right now. So right now, let me know, are you concerned with the Ohio State offense? Please leave a comment if you are concerned. And also, if you are concerned, what are your concerns with this offense? So we're going to get into this, man. So make sure you go ahead, you like I said, and you go ahead, put your comments in. Let us know how you feel, man. So Lou Holtz, again, is back at it. He got comments about Ryan Day again in Ohio State. He's calling Ohio State not a great football team. So I'll ask you guys in the chat, what is a great football team? What is considered a great football team? You all tell me, what is considered a great football team? I would say that you have your great football teams, which Ohio State would be one of those teams at the top. You have your, good football teams. You have your average football teams and so forth, right? Now, if Ohio State's not a great football team, are they elite? I'm confused. Like, was he throwing shade? Because when you talk about the great football teams, you talk about like Alabama has been that, maybe not this past game, but Georgia, Ohio State, like who else is there that's been a great football team? I guess, I don't know. College football is just not ready for Ohio State to just continue to look dominant after they lost all of those players. So I don't know who got him out of the nursing home. Somebody wanted to just clickbait, I guess. But I mean, hey, one thing is, I guess he's just upset. He's never got to see his beloved Notre Dame Fighting Irish ever beat Ohio State since he's been born, man. It's crazy, man. But did anybody watch the Alabama and Florida State game? Man, that was an impressive game by Florida State, but that did not look like the Alabama teams that we are accustomed to seeing at all. If you go back and you watch the film, the effort is not there at all whatsoever. There are issues all over the field for Bama. I'd say I went on record and said, I thought that Bama's offense was going to be fine. Their defense was, going to be one of the top defenses. That is just not the case. You think with them bringing the coordinator that DeBoer had at Washington back, you think that there'll be something there, but it just seemed like Florida State just continued to get the best of Alabama. And shout out to Florida State's quarterback because he talked a lot of smack and he backed it up, man. Nick Saban cannot save you, Alabama. I mean, maybe he can. He can come back, but it doesn't seem like he's about to come back at all, man. Who else? Another disaster that we got to talk about is Bill Belichick. What happened? I know a lot of people were saying, man, after what we saw from Ohio State and Matt Patricia, Bill Belichick, we should see just the best from Bill Belichick, man. We should have TCU in the blender. Not so fast, not the same athletes. I don't understand how these national people try to push this narrative, but I felt like they were pushing this narrative because the whole time they were talking about Ohio State, and the reason they were saying Texas was going, or one of the reasons they were saying Texas was going to beat Ohio State was for the simple fact that Bill Belichick was running the defense. It wasn't Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia was just a guy who was there. That was their narrative, right? He learned everything. That was all Bill Belichick. So it got to be done by Bill Belichick on his time, his team, where he's at in North Carolina. It should definitely happen, right? Wrong. Is not what it happened. But see, here's the thing. Bill Belichick has to be the head coach. He has to get the coordinators. His son is one of them coordinators, I believe. And one thing that all Matt Patricia got to worry about, he don't got to worry about being the head man. All he has to worry about is being the head coach of the defense, and the defense is his baby. And just speaking of Matt Patricia, I was watching Downs to Business. Shout out to Caleb Downs and Josh Downs, man, their podcast. They be dropping some gems in there. And he was talking about Matt Patricia coming into Ohio State and messing with the catapult system, and he was just saying, man, it's bad. And now I guess he has retooled it, reworked it, and he was saying, I can't do anything until I get this fixed. And now Caleb Downs is saying, man, it's like a whole lot better. It's easier. So, I mean, maybe you wondering, how can these guys pick up this level of defense so fast? That's probably one reason why. Just wanted to drop that nugget in right there. Bryce Underwood, man, he did look good for the team up north. Can't lie. Got to give credit where credit's due. The young man definitely looked good. He got a test going up against Oklahoma this week. We're going to see. I think that the team up north has the defense to, stop OU, but we're going to see. They're going to get a test, man. I think it's going to be a really good game. Looking forward to that, man. LSU beats Clemson. I picked Clemson in this game because I said Clemson's going to have the identity going into this game on offense and defense because of everything that they return. Well, I was wrong. And here's the thing about this new college football landscape is you have to have depth. And when it got to the fourth quarter, or you could basically say the second half, I mean, LSU just looked like the better team, the more superior team. And one thing that I said about Clemson was I felt like Clemson would run through the ACC. We're going to have a discussion about that later, right? And I thought that Clemson would run through the ACC, but when they got to the playoffs and faced the real team, that they would end up being exposed. Maybe it just happened sooner than I would have expected. So, and LSU just might be that real team, you know? But Brian Kelly and Dabo, I guess, had a little back and forth. Dabo was talking about, they didn't do too bad. It was a missed tackle. That's what really led to them winning the game. Dabo came up with all of these excuses. Brian Kelly was just like, I guess you're an easy grader, which I thought was hilarious. But I mean, it's true. It's like, you got to be honest with your kids. And this kind of has me like, Ryan Day is a fan, or he likes Dabo. I don't understand how or why, because Dabo just seems like, hey, he'll piss down your back and tell you it's water, man. And they got a lot of things that they need to fix on Clemson, depth being one of them. And you're starting to see that Dabo's lack of wanting to use the transfer portal. I know he did this past season, but he just doesn't have any depth. So there you go. Is what it is, man. And the AP poll came out, and you got silly people out here. I mean, the ESPN analysts like Heather Dinich, they're just out here scrambling, right? They're pushing all types of narratives to try to get an LSU ranked one. You got Ohio State ended up being ranked one. But before the AP poll came out, you had all of these ESPN propagandists saying why LSU should be number one and all of this crap, man. I just think that it's hilarious. If Ohio State was your number 3 team, you have to back that up, and they beat the number 1 team, you have to put them number 1. It only makes sense. You got the team up north at 15, Oregon, another Big Ten team at 6. Notre Dame only slides down to 9. Illinois at 11. Let's see if we got another Big Ten team. Indiana at 23, man. So, and Alabama drops all the way down to 21. I want to say I think that's the biggest drop I've ever seen Alabama take. I think that's kind of crazy. But again, like I said, man, talking about this ACC, I thought that Clemson would just be able to run through the ACC. We got to talk about this, man. Notre Dame takes a loss to Miami, but I mean, it almost felt like a beating for a minute. Like Miami could have beat them even worse than what they did. I know it was like a 3-point game, but to be honest, it just seemed like Miami had the game in hand. You didn't really have any doubt. You did kind of worry. Why is Mario Cristobal calling why is he playing prevent so early? That's the Mario Cristobal issues that always plague me. And I was watching the game with my friend who is also a Miami Hurricane fan. He was like, see, that's that Mario crap that I be talking about. And I was like, yeah, I know. I don't understand why Mario just has not learned from his lessons. Your guys were playing aggressive. I know you're trying to, if the quarterback force him into making a bad throw, I think the way you were playing aggressive on defense would have helped force him, CJ Carr, to make that bad throw. But, I mean, shout out to Malachi Tony, man. I mean, the young freshman came out there, went crazy. A lot of the Miami fans was telling me, JoJo's the next one. Well, Miami coaches is telling me that Malachi Tony is the one. I mean, young dude, I'm so glad that, he was able to make plays. One wanted him to come to Ohio State. I can say that, but I'm happy for him. Just glad that he's able to go ahead and make plays at Miami. Know he wanted to be home and do it for his hometown. So also Carson Beck. This is what I mean, now that part about the ACC, I was definitely right. Carson Beck was going to go down there. I mean, Notre Dame, to me, is basically an ACC team anyways. Carson Beck looked good. It looks like he has wide receivers who can make spectacular catches, not just any catch. They can make spectacular catches. You saw the wide receiver leaning back with the Odell Beckham one-handed catch behind his back. I thought that was amazing. I mean, again, like I was saying, Malachi Tony was making plays. My guy Mark Fletcher was getting them hard-fought yards, which was just wearing down Notre Dame's front. And, Mark Fletcher, I just think he's going to be a beast, man. I like that kid as well. Also, we've been hearing for years about Ruben Bain. Well, we finally got to see Ruben Bain had his coming out party, bro. Dude went absolutely crazy, was effective all over the field. You also saw guys like Justin Scott go ahead and he was making plays, also caused a fumble. I mean, Miami's defense actually looks like they have a defense this year. They're going to go up against better offenses, and I know that they're going to get better. But let's see, man. It's going to be a fight between Clemson, Florida State, and the U for that ACC, man. And if the U can go ahead and get to that ACC championship game and win it, they might be back. Because that's the one thing that they haven't done, man. I think Maryland got more ACC championships than them. So, shout out to the U. Shout out to my friends. Congratulations on y'all dub, man. Again, while you are here, please hit that like and that subscribe button. We appreciate it. It costs you nothing to hit that like button. Just helps us out. And again, if you are watching on Twitter, hit that retweet button. Hit that like button as well. Again, it helps us out in the algorithm. We definitely appreciate all of your support. Everybody in the chat, I see your comments. Just keep them coming, man. I see everybody talking about Garrett Riley can't even get an offense going with Dabo sticking his nose in it. That is absolutely true, man. I mean, Dabo is going to be Dabo. That's just the absolute facts about that, man. Again, the question of the day is, are you concerned about Ohio State's offense? And right now we have some housekeeping to take care of. Get your business product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the Voice of College Football. See what our partner Win Agency has to say about his sponsorship experience with us. Read on screen. Let's discuss how you also can reach your target market. Contact us at sponsorships@vocfb.com. Again, that's the sponsorships at vocfb.com today, man. All right, I see y'all dropping in the comments. I see the Queen is here. Appreciate you. Got the Queen, got Jamie here. We got Doug in here, Aaron in here. Man, I appreciate you all. Got my mods in here and my members. Shout out again, membership. If you would like to join the membership and get some exclusive content, membership is available. $2.99 for the Block O Club. $4.99, JT wasn't short, and $9.99 for the We Don't Give a Damn. So, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. Again, like I said, are you concerned about the Ohio State offense? Let me know what you think. Let me know who you all would say as your player of the game on offense and defense. If you was with me on the post game, then you know that I definitely gave it to Arvell Reese, and I believe I gave it to Carnell Tate as well, man. And just watching the highlights back and seeing Carnell blocking a first round guy and like Colin Simmons, I just think is amazing. And everybody's wondering, is he a first round pick? I just think that if you're talking about Ohio State wide receiver, I don't think that you are wrong for taking a first rounder, taking them first round at all. I think that since Michael Thomas, I believe that the league has probably regretted not giving Ohio State wide receivers a chance before some of the wide receivers that have picked ahead of them. Because guess what? Guys like Terry McLaurin still around. Guys like Curtis Samuel still around. Michael Thomas, if it wasn't for the injury, I'm sure he would still be around. And you just see what our young wide receivers are continuing to do in the league, man. So, yeah, Carnell Tate had himself a day also with that catch, man. We always ask for the quarterback to be able to get the ball, just around, give the wide receiver a chance. And that's exactly what Julian Sand did. And Carnell with a spectacular double catch for a touchdown. That was amazing. And I don't know if you all did, but if you have not rewatched that game, or if you have not watched all 22 video of Arvell Reese, you are missing out. And shout out to my guys, Chris and Zach over there at Menace. If you want to watch, they got all 22 on their website. You can go check that out. But if you have it somewhere else, get it. Go watch the all 22 of Arvell Reese. This dude is just a menace, man. You talking about someone who you be like, man, can he play on the line? This dude basically played on the line majority of the game as a stand-up. They were playing kind of like almost, it seemed like a 3-4 sometimes, but not really that. It was really like a bear front, but Arvell Reese was just all over the place, making plays. And you're talking about Texas top tackles, the guys that they have been bragging about all off season and what their potential could be. And he was just throwing those guys around. Even the big guards, he was just throwing those guys around, just displacing them, man. Shout out to Arvell Reese. But again, and also we got to talk about Matt Patricia. Going into the Texas game, everybody was, talking about Arch. I don't know if you all watched any of the game day broadcast or the Fox broadcast, but it's like, hey, let me give you a snippet of this little Ohio State, just a little taste of Ohio State, and then we're going to fill the rest of the segment with Arch. That was hella annoying, but Matt Patricia, what he was able to do, that was my biggest thing, was going into this game, Ohio State knows what Sark wants to do, knows what their defense wants to do. That was the biggest thing. Texas had no idea what Ohio State's defense was going to do. And Sark even came out at the end of the game and said that was some of the most elite coverage that he's seen. I mean, you seen Arch Manning, had him all discombobulated. I mean, if you've got to watch that defense or just rewatch it and just watch how that back seven was and the way they were working and the way they were disguising, I mean, it was amazing. So, I mean, shout out to them. Shout out to Matt Patricia. Hell of a hire. I remember my first initial take it, I was like, no, I don't like this, because I was wanting a young guy and all of this stuff. But the way that the players had spoke about him all off season since spring, the way that, the position coaches have talked about him and raved about him, I mean, it has just been amazing to see. And I'm not shocked at all in what we did. We didn't even really blitz. That's the crazy part. we show like simulated pressures and things like that. I don't even think that we really got all, chaotic like we can up front. I'm very excited to see how that's going to look when we do. But, on that back end, them DBs, and shout out to Jalen McClain. He won the safety position, and you could definitely see why he was flying all over the field. I believe he led the team in tackles as well. And just his closing speed, we haven't really seen anything, I would say, like that, at the safety position since maybe Malik Hooker. So I'm very interested to see when these quarterbacks throw that ball up, how that's gonna look with McClain back there and just his closing speed. Also, Igbinosa, no penalties, no hands, man, no penalties. So shout out to Davis and Igbinosa. And I'll tell you this, me and Terry talked about, hey, who's going to be the fish in this game, right? And we called out like Lorenzo Styles going to be the fish. And you could see Sark was thinking the exact same thing. And they tried to attack Lorenzo Styles, but just about every time that they tried to attack him, the dude just continued to make plays. So shout out to Lorenzo Styles for doing what he had to do, man. I see our guy Moose is in the chat. Appreciate you, Moose, for pulling up. But shout out Lorenzo Styles. He was not a fish. You tested him, and you basically wasted a down testing him. So shout out to that. Another question that I'm going to ask you all, let me know in the chat. Is the D tackle depth still a concern for you? And I'm just going to kind of answer this myself. Let me know, do you believe the D tackle depth is still a concern? I'm going to say no, because one thing that I saw is you basically had your D tackles out there for your first, second down, but your third downs, and also not even just on third downs, I would say even some first and second downs, you would see just one D tackle out there. Or when it's third down and obvious pressure, there were no D tackles on the field, or there might be one. So you were seeing them be able to rotate. I got to see true freshman Jarquez Carter out there as well. Amazing. So I just think the more reps, again, the more and more reps that these guys get, I believe that they're going to be fine. Again, by end of the season, we will be fine, man. We will definitely be fine. So Ryan Day sounding like a real ball coach, man. So shout out to Ryan Day. He actually, the way he was talking about, and when he came off the field talking about Julia, I thought was amazing. But the fact that this team came out kind of vanilla and was still able to win this game, a top 3 matchup, really top 2 matchup, I think that speaks volumes to the trajectory of where this could go. Shout out our guy Steve for hitting that retweet button on X. If you are watching on X, go ahead and hit that retweet button. It costs you nothing. We definitely appreciate all of the support, man. Right now, let's see. Offensive side of the ball, man. Our wide receivers, we had drops. I say 3 drops from the wide receivers, 2 from Ennis. 2 from JJ, 1 from Ennis, 1 from the tight end room and Max Clare, but he made up for his by catching the ball, getting the first down. And who's to say if Max Clare didn't drop that first pass, what this score really could have been? I really believe that we could have had 21 and had it been up 21-0 on Texas at a certain point. But I really like. I know Texas fans are saying playing the what if game, but don't act like Ohio State can't do the exact same. And I can what if you into why we could have blown y'all out in that game if you were watching. Again, I heard Texas fans wanting to talk about the ref. There were some egregious holding calls that the refs actually saved Texas on multiple times. So honestly, you're blaming the refs. The refs could have really killed y'all. If you want to be honest, the refs could have killed y'all. I mean, go back and watch the film. The refs could have really killed y'all. So be excited, be happy that that's not what happened. You know, it was a good, hard-fought game. The refs had nothing to do with it, man. But, yeah, Julian. What do y'all think about Julian? I thought that Julian looked poised. He was throwing dots. Guys was just dropping it. Also, you know, one thing that I told you guys was I wanted to see, can Julian Sands sit in that pocket, you know, take a hit, and how is he going to respond? Watched him take multiple hits. Well, actually 2 hits, I would say. I watched this guy take 2 hits and deliver a strike and just continue to keep it rolling, man. Like it didn't phase him. And they say California cool, and that's exactly what Julian Sands was. I just think that, you know, the potential is there. And again, like I was saying, Ryan Day said that they possibly could have had opened this offense up even more, which I think is scary. And they felt like Julian Sands would have been able to handle that. The fact that they felt he would have been able to handle that in a top 2 matchup already, I think it's crazy. I can't wait till they continuously open it up. I think this offense is going to be electrifying. They just got to work on those drops. I'm sure guys will probably be doing push-ups, running laps, or something, because Harline ain't gonna have that. He ain't gonna about to keep doing that at all. We will get into our week 2 game here after this message from Mark. And now I can't find the video.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select a betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
All right, we are back. We are back, man. I was checking the poll on the YouTube chat, and right now, 75% are you concerned with the Ohio State offense? They're saying no. 17% is saying we were vanilla, and you got 8% saying yes. I doubt the ones saying yes are Buckeye fans, but if you are a Buckeye fan and you are concerned, please let me know in the comments. Let me know why you are concerned, what you are concerned about, man, because I'm just going to tell you, I have no issues when your head coach comes out and tells you that we could have opened up the offense and chose not to, and you just won a top 2 matchup. I have no issues with that. Again, if your issues is with the offense, you had some things with the running game. So things need to be cleaned up in the blocking a bit. And maybe a couple just some things need to be cleaned up, you know, knowing who to block, identifying those type of things. But when we were getting creative, because I felt like the issues that we were having in the run game was because we were just being vanilla a little bit. But when we got a little bit creative in that run game, there were some open lanes, and you saw C.J. Donaldson was able to get a couple yards. So I'm not worried at all. Again, zone 6 is going to be zone 6. I am not worried about that at all. Again, we had terrible field position and still was the only team to be able to come out and get 14 points, man. And how did I go and not talk about my guy Jermaine Matthews, man? Shout out to Jermaine Matthews as well. And shout out to Duke Pettijohn put out a video. I don't know if you went and saw it, but Riley Pettijohn was on special teams running down. He's to the right of the kicker, I believe. He's running down on special teams, and he ends up basically taking out 3 Texas guys himself. And I'll tell you this, normally like your gunners are the first ones down there. They're the fastest ones down. Riley's the first one down there in that video. And it just reminds me of just watching him when he was in high school. The standard is set. It's set, you know. And Riley is definitely upholding his own standard. So appreciate Riley, man. We got Grambling this week. And speaking of Riley Pettijohn, I'm expecting to be able to see that young man out there. I'm hoping that we can get the young guys out there by at least middle of the third quarter. At least middle of the third is what I'm hoping. But I want to see all of the young guys out there. Again, we got to see Devin Sanchez in the big game, but I want to see more of him in this game as well. I want to see Bryce West out there. I want to see Aaron Scott out there. I mean, I want to see a lot of these young guys. TJ Alford, like I said, Riley. I want to see more Jarquez Carter as well, because I just feel like he will be much better and better by the middle of the season when we actually need him for that depth, man. And I see people was talking about it in the chat and was saying like, yeah, you're definitely going to need depth. Is always a concern in the CFP area. You have to have it, man. And I mean, 2 of the teams that face some major injuries were able to make it to the national championship. You can only do that with depth, man. But I'm ready to see a lot of these young guys. I also want to see them open up this offense, man. Ohio State takes on Grambling at 3:30. I gotta get that 3:30 time down because really 2:30 my time, but 3:30 most of y'all time, Eastern time. Yeah. And they said Larry Johnson had talked to the team about the history of Grambling and everything. I'm also hoping that Grambling's band is coming. You know, Russ Bjork said that he wants the atmosphere jumping. Go ahead and let Grambling's band go out there and turn the crowd up, man. So I definitely hope that we get to experience Grambling's band, and I hope that they even play them on the broadcast as well, because I don't want to miss out on that. Again, you know, we have multiple shows right here on this channel. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you know exactly when we go live. You got Garrison doing Ohio State primetime every Monday and Thursday afternoon, I believe at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And then you also have myself and Garrison doing the post-game show right after every Ohio State game. So again, hit that notification bell, subscribe, and so that you can be locked in right here with myself, Garrison, and Mark Rogers, because he has his show every Wednesday. I believe it's at 11 o'clock Eastern time as well, man. But Ohio State takes on Grambling. I'm really expecting our starters to kind of go ham. Want to see our run game more from Peoples, more from CJ Donaldson. I want to see some of those runs, break free, break for like 10, 20 yards. I want to see some of that. I also want to see my young Cleveland guy, Bo Jackson. I definitely want to see that young man. Hopefully he's not having any issues. So, I mean, because the biggest issues is, are you blocking in the pass protection? Are you picking that up? And are you fumbling? Those are the biggest issues. If those aren't any issues, then I don't know what we waiting on. Let that young man ball out, because I mean I think that we will all be in for a treat seeing Bo Jackson, man. And also, if if you have a running back who can possibly, when things aren't there and can still give you something, because just our running backs coach said he got gifts that only God can give. I want to see that, man. I want to see that. So, yeah, Coach Lott got me hyped about Bo Jackson for sure. CJ Hicks was out there making plays. I want to see more of CJ Hicks as well. Who else? I need to see more of Bo Atkinson. I think Bo Atkinson needs to play in this game a lot. He did not look as impressive. He looked more, I hate saying this off play, but I felt like he was more of a liability, man. So I think that, I don't know if it's because he came here after the spring or what, but man, that's why I say that the whole playoff system, and we weren't able to really like get the guys that, or recruit guys like we needed to, and things like that. I don't really like taking no transfers if they can't come in and be here for spring workout, or winter workouts and all of that stuff, bro. No. So, yeah. But let me know, what do you think that this Buckeye game? What do you believe the score is going to be? That is my question for the comments. What do you think the score is going to be? Ohio State versus Grambling. I mean, 3:30 game on the Big Ten Network. I'm looking forward to it. I wish it was Friday already. But I said I think that the game is going to be 48-10. They likes to run the clock nowadays, but I think that if the defense is scoring, it could be like 56-10. It really could. But I'm looking forward to seeing what our Buckeyes do in this game, how the young guys look. You want to see guys flashing. You want to see the potential. So, and I also want to see, how are the young guys picking up this Matt Patricia defense, and how does he coach those guys up? That's the biggest thing. Like, I want to see, what kind of depth we're going to have, what kind of future we're going to have, who are going to be the guys at the end of the year to help step up when we need them the most and make some plays, man. That's what I want to see. Again, while you are here, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that retweet button if you are watching on Twitter. Again, we appreciate all of you all here, man. There are some games going on, man, and right here on the world famous Buckeye Show, we have an underrated game, and that is Illinois at Duke. I think that this game isn't being talked about enough. I want to see, is Illinois going to be one of them teams? If they are one of those teams that should be competing, like everybody said, then they should go ahead and give Duke a nice thumping. That's what they should definitely do. I'm very interested in watching that game. So, another game that I don't think is an underrated game, but I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it enough. You got Iowa at Iowa State. Big rivalry game, always happens in the beginning of the season. I like watching this game. You got Iowa's defense. I want to see how that looks. And as always, the mystery. How's Iowa's offense going to look? So I'm very interested to see which team. I mean, right now, the Big 12 is wide open. I think that Iowa State can set themselves up really nice in this college football playoff, format. And that's only if, that's only if, like, I was going to be, I would say maybe like an 8-9 win team. But if they get that win, this can help kind of catapult them being one of those kind of fringe teams to be in the CFP. We'll see. We'll see. The biggest game that everybody is here for. I know we got some Team Up North folks in the chat and watching on X, man. So the Team Up North is going on to Oklahoma to take on Brett Venables and the Sooners. I think that this is going to be an electric game. Bryce Young looks electric. I'm expecting to see a lot of them using his legs. Justice Hayes, dude is explosive. Dude can make plays. Dude can get away from you. And I think that's a nasty duo when you're talking about a Bryce Underwood. Also, Brett Venables, his defense likes to be aggressive. The team up north is known for using that aggression against yourself. So I'm very interested to see how this game is going to shake out. Oklahoma gets a lot of their skill guys back this year, but they have a new quarterback. How is he going to look against this defense? And you're talking about a Wink Martindale who's out there and got an NFL system, and these NFL, like I've been saying, these NFL coaches that just been coaching, whether they've been an NFL analyst, assistant coach, coordinator, they be cooking up something. So let's see. I see people are putting their score predictions in the chat. Someone said 31-0 OU, man. So then our guy Bobby said, I am not concerned at all with our offense. Appreciate all of you all, man. Let's go through the comments and see what everybody has to say. Shout out our guy Jam, man. My guy. Me and Jam be kicking it like all day, like in the chats, man. Shout out Jam, man. Shout out David. Yep. Mike OHIO. What we got? Ty Simpson is mid. They missed the dual threat ability in Milrow. Yeah, if Milrow could just throw, man. I mean, another thing, like, why is guys taking stuffed dolls and animals into the locker room and in the walkouts? I thought that was highly weird. Highly weird, bro. I don't know. Football, these guys are different. These guys are different, man. And then don't get me started on Desmond Howard saying we not a top 5 team. Bro, Desmond Howard, you just, it's clickbait. I mean, he works for ESPN. It's clickbait. It's whatever. He's not going to ever like Ohio State. And now he does not, now since the team up north has got wins against us, he doesn't want to give us any credit whatsoever. Like he used to give us a little bit of credit when they wouldn't get no dubs on us. He don't give us no credit now, like at all, man. At all. So here's what it is. The Queen. It's good to see you. Missed you in the other chat earlier today. And then she said, heck no, Arvell and Tate, absolutely so. She agreed. She agreed with my MVP. See? Me and the Queen. Say Arvell going to the NFL. Yeah, I really don't want to get into the tangent of it, but I feel like it is an absolute crime that we only get 1 year of Arvell Reese. That should never, ever, ever happen here at Ohio State. And again, shout out to Matt Patricia and all of the packages and the way that he's able to use guys' skill set to the benefit of the team and to the benefit of them, where you're able to be like, hey, we're able to get guys rest, we're able to rotate, and we're able to play these guys to the best of their ability. I was hoping that we get 2 years out of Arvell. Maybe Sonny leaves and then Arvell stays. But the way he's playing, man, if he keeps this up and if he continues to get better throughout the season, yeah, I mean, everybody's going to be putting him first round. So, shout out my guy Steve. What else? Riley, Sincere Johnson, Pay Piersby will be up next. Yep. Yep. Big facts. Big facts. What else we got? Matty P had Manny and Sarkeesian in the blender. That he did. That he did, man. What else? Texas was also home. Like, and that's what I was saying. Like, they have a lot of issues that they need to look inward on instead of looking outward and looking at someone to blame, because you can't blame the refs. And plus, blaming the refs don't help you. I mean, I'll tell you this, bro. Blaming the refs, Ohio State had a case. 2019 Clemson. We had the biggest case where you got NFL refs and every ref out here that's in the media that was saying, that was a fumble 6. That was a fumble 6. What are they doing? I mean, that was like the biggest case, bro. Like, y'all are talking about nothing on holding calls, bro. Let's see. We got a scorpion 56-7 Grambling. I can see that. Like I said, I put what I say, it could be 56-10, but I can see them not getting that 3 points. Yeah, I can see that, man. And like you said, yeah, no. Definitely the reason, man. Thoughts on the cheaters up north, QB1. I mean, he looked good for the team that they went up against. He looked good. I mean, I can't hate. I cannot hate. He really looked good. But again, you want to see it when the talent is equated. That's exactly what I'm saying, man. We got my guy Garrison in the chat. Des Jones got his black stripe taken away. Hey, let's keep it up, man. Let's keep it up. Shout out Garrison, man. Everybody wish Garrison well, man. My guy, I talked to my guy today. He was not sounding well, man. And if you watched him on Monday, he wasn't looking well either, man. But I told him to go ahead, get that tea twice a day. He should be good, man. He should be back kicking it. So hopefully he'll be ready for his show tomorrow. Make sure, like I said, you are subscribed. And you're following us, man. Make sure that you're subscribed. And you could also check our website out, vocfb.com. Go ahead, check us out on the website. So that way you can check all your listings. Even if you're not a Buckeye fan, we have your team. You can check out when those shows are going live or being uploaded as well, man. Again, beam the dime to Tate with Simmons in his face. Exactly. And that play, I don't think it's talked enough. That sideline throw, Julian saying had to Carnell Tate, and that Carnell Tate catching it was actually an NFL catch as well, because again, Brian Hartline does not at all just teach guys college. He starts you off getting you ready straight for the NFL, man. So we definitely appreciate him for sure, man. I guess guys want to see Lincoln, Graham, and Porter about to put up Heisman numbers in garbage time. Hey, I hope so, man. I want to see Lincoln out there with his legs being mobile. Yeah, let's see. I want to see, so let Lincoln, act like he running up, get a DB to bite, boom, throw over top of his head. But yeah, I don't know. One thing that I hate is that we basically kind of go vanilla when we put the backups in, and I don't like it. We've been doing it, but I don't like it. I can't say that Ryan Day has evolved and started allowing these young quarterbacks to throw the ball like he did allow Julian Sand to throw it. He wouldn't allow C.J. Stroud to throw it when he was a freshman. But, so Ryan Day has grown. But I think that you need to it's up to these people to stop you. And it's nothing personal. I understand sportsmanship. But, you have a team that you have to get ready. And right now, you're looking at, you got a Carnell Tate could be walking out the door. You got guys on the old line who could be walking out the door. You know, you got tight ends who could be walking out the door. I mean, you got all these people who could be walking out the door. These young guys need to eat, and they don't need to eat with a vanilla offense, man. They need to eat and be like, oh, I'm familiar with the way my coaches coach this playbook, and these are the actual plays that we're going to be ran. Because, again, someone goes down, they might have to step up. That's a death piece. But, again, I appreciate all of you all. We are here every Wednesday at 7:30. Definitely be praying for my guy Terry. Hope all is well. Everything is good. And that we'll have him back next week, man. Again, hit that like, that subscribe button, and share this with your friends. Again, catch us this Saturday for the post-game show right after the game. You should be looking for the show. Should be posted probably Thursday, right after Garrison does the Ohio State primetime call-in show. So make sure that you're looking for that so you get the notification bell, because we're going live right after. All right, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man. And we are out of here.
World famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
We might be in a situation where we have a superstar coach on our hands, kind of like how we did with Brian Hartline.
So right from the jump, make sure they understand they're playing somebody different tonight. They're playing the Buckeye. They're playing the Ohio State Buckeye.
He in the Buckeye.